Hi there, Loy Machedo, speaking from LoyMachedo.com and LoyMachedo.com. Today the date is Wednesday, March 18, 2015. The time right now is 8:22 in the morning. Not a morning person, but anyway, just got up. Okay, anyway, before I start, I have been receiving these suggestions. Loy, you need to change your appearance. So, since I can't change my tattoos and my face, which is so queasy. Some people say it's cute, and I just find it funny because I've even met mothers who just catch my cheeks and then pull it. So I find that funny. Anyway, so since I'm supposed to change my appearance, I thought maybe this whatever. Okay, nice little hat. So I look a little different. I don't know if it adds to my appearance, but anyway, today, the serious conversation that I want to have with you is about my credit card. I wanted to have this conversation pretty long back, and I don't know, I just kept putting it off because I was ashamed. You know, the fact of the matter is that I keep telling the world that I'm this personal branding strategist. I'm this this guy who helps shapes people's careers and futures and, you know, all that stuff, the logic that I know. So, you know, admitting a fact that you have faults sometimes doesn't look so very nice. And I think I've been very ashamed of the fact that I got into this credit or debt trap and I didn't know how to get out of it. So I'll just give you a background. It's a true story. I'm not telling you lies. I took around, let's say, to give you a dollar value, okay? I'll give you a dollar value, 80 USD. I had, how the banks charged me, I'll tell you how much are we talking about. How I had taken around, say, 20,500 US dollars, 20,500 US dollars, that's 75,000 dirhams worth of purchases, and I ended up paying for 20,000 US dollars, 20,500 US dollars. I paid an interest of 19,329 US dollars. That means for 75,000 dirhams, I paid around 71,000 dirhams as interest. I'll just tell you about it. Now, I have to confess that I've been using a credit card now for, I think, nearly 8 years. I was using, and I used to always pride myself on the fact that whatever purchases I used to make, I used to clear the amount before the due date. So, let's say, for example, 15th is a billing date. 15th is the date you get your bill. And after you get your bill, you have, some banks give you 7 days to clear the amount before they start charging interest, or some bank give you another 15 more days. So in this case, this bank, I don't want to take its name, they gave me, because all the banks are more or less the same, so they kind of gave me a 15 days grace period. Okay, so if I take 1,000 dirhams, say $1,000 or whatever, I have 15 days to pay it off. Okay, and if I don't pay it off, I get charged only, say, 2% interest. So it was kind of cool. I had a credit card that was nearly for 6 years at that time. I had made purchases of up to, I think, 400,000 dirhams. That is 400, we could say roughly, to give you an idea, 400,000. Okay, that's around 108,000, say 109,000 US dollars, 109,000 US dollars. I had made a purchase and I never paid any interest. I was very happy. Then one fine day, there was this special offer. What had happened was 2 Virgin Mega stores were closing down, maybe a renovation or shifting. So they were closing down. Then there was a Magrudy's bookshop closing down, and there was a special book sale that was happening by an Indian businessman who had bought all these books from India. And all of them were giving 50%, 70%, 90% off. And being a bookaholic that I was, the minute I saw the sale, I was like, wow, I need to buy these books. But then I started thinking, okay, fine, I have this brand that I'm a professional coach and trainer, and I do seminars. Those days I used to do a lot of seminars, and people used to ask me about books. So I thought, okay, why not have a business extension? Why not have books that I can sell, since people like books? And since I had a couple of clients in the pipeline. Now, what I decided to do is, I went and I saw quite a number of books that I could buy, and I ended up buying, I think, I spent a huge amount. I spent literally, I think, close to 75,000. That was, like I told you, 20,000 US dollars worth of books. That's a huge amount considering the fact that I got it at 50% and 90% off. Okay, so you could say roughly I spent around 1 million if you actually trade on 1 million in terms of, what am I saying? Yeah, 100,000 in terms of books. Okay, it's a huge, if you multiply it into, say, if you think of the fact that I paid only 10%, whatever. So I bought this huge, massive container of books, huge cartons and cartons. And I just had to clear this credit card because I had these clients coming in. Unfortunately, what happened is, this is the problem of being too overly optimistic. 4 of the clients who were supposed to come in, they cancelled due to various reasons. And one of the clients who was supposed to come in ended up, being a fraud, cheating me of all the money. And then I was left in this debt trap. So for the first time in my life, I paid interest. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to clear it next month. So next month went to next month, next month went to next month. It just kept going on. And I was paying, initially I was paying as much as possible. But later on, I just got used to it. You just get used to something that you're not used to, and hey, it's cool. The problem is because it's plastic. Because it's plastic, you don't see money going in, you don't see money going out. So you don't mind spending. And then I used to live my normal life, and I'm ashamed to say this, but for the next 2 years, I just didn't think about the fact that I was paying interest. I just kept paying the card, paying the interest, and being comfortable thinking the balance was going down. This continued until one day where I kind of knew that the balance was going down. And I had to, I knew that I was supposed to pay just 28,000. 28,000 to give you an idea. 28,000 was remaining with the bank. So 28,000 was $7,600. $7,600. I knew that was the amount I had to pay to close the card. Instead, when I called the bank, and asked them, okay, fine, I'm supposed to pay 28,000. I just wanted to confirm. He says, no, I'm sorry. It's not 28,000 or 7,000 US dollars. It is 41,000. That is around 11,162. Now, instead of 7,000 US dollars, it jumped up to 11,000. And I was like, how the hell did this happen? And he says, no, sir, our charges, our interest, whatever. And then on probing, I found out that they had increased the interest that I was supposed to pay. They had increased some charges. There were all these multiple number of charges. So what the bank has been trying to do is keep me in this vicious circle of paying the amount. It's like, for example, if I take 10,000 and I clear 9,999, just that $1 that is remaining, they will charge me again because I missed that $1. They'll charge me an interest for 10,000 US dollars again for the next month. And this is what they were doing. They just kept me in this vicious cycle of paying interest, and it never ended. And I was absolutely shocked. I was disgusted. I was angry at myself. It was me to blame, nobody else. Banks were there to make money. They are there to make money. They don't care about whether you're a nice guy, whether you're a bad guy. They just have to make the money because they have to survive. They have to, the business has to go on. And then I just spent time calculating how much was the total interest that I paid, the amount. To my biggest surprise, for 75,000 dirhams worth of purchase, that is 20,000 US dollars, I paid them $19,000 only as interest, with all the hidden charges, with all the increasing interest, and I couldn't take it anymore. So what I did is I started going left, right, and center, speaking to whoever I could, meeting whoever I knew, asking whomsoever I could. I took the money, borrowed it, and I dumped it into this credit card. And I said, enough of this, enough. And I shut it down. I'm so glad I shut it down. And now I was able to pay back to those people. Some of them are just remaining, I'm clearing it out. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, my dear friends, is the credit card trap is very, very dangerous. It is not something to be taken as a joke. I know some people who have, in fact, my own mother, whom I broke my relationship with, after having a successful life in Dubai, in UAE, for nearly 30 years of her life, where she amassed enough and more money because she was money-minded. She lost everything, 30 years of savings, because she took, I think, around 11 credit cards, and she got herself in a loan of 1 million. So she destroyed herself with a credit card. I know a lot of people have destroyed themselves with this credit card. There are a lot of them who are in jail. There are a lot of them who are paying hidden charges, interest. They have no idea. And there are many businesses and families destroyed because of this. You need to understand that the financial institutions, the banks, it's a very dangerous thing. They are just out there to suck you dry. They make it sound really cute and nice. They make it sound really romantic. Wow, you have got credit. You can take quick cash. You can take this, you can that. But what they're doing is, once they put you in the debt, they sink you deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like you will not be able to pay it. They just make sure that you lose everything, and you are bankrupt, because that is how the bank survives. It is the same with insurance, because they insure you saying that we will pay you insurance because you're covered, but then they have the best legal teams in the world that find out some loophole in the system. And if not that, then you have the medical industry whereby the doctor will always push for an operation that is not required. So my dear friends, I would just say, please be very careful. I suffered for this for 2 years. I literally suffered. I mean, to think about it, I have spent, just think, $19,000 US. That is, 71,000, 71. Wow. 71,000 dirhams on interest. I can just think, I mean, I could have purchased so many things. I could have done so many things. It's the most expensive education I've ever had, and I'm not going to fall. No, absolutely no way going to fall into this credit card trap again. I just hope that this message to you comes at the right time. You get out of this credit card debt, take a loan from somebody, borrow from someone, sell whatever you have, close the credit card, pay money, and that's the way you need to go forward. And to those people who helped me overcome this credit card debt, thank you so very much. You're the angels in my life. Even though I'm an atheist and I don't believe in angels, but you need to be careful. I just hope that you don't put yourself into the credit card debt. I'm lucky I got out, and there's no way I'm getting back into it. Loy from LoyMachedo.com and who'sLoyMachedo.com. Just want to caution you, please be careful and don't get into the credit card debt. Goodbye for now.